This is Katie. She's going to bring you analysis on AMD. And looking at our cycle low tracker tool showing signs of bottoming in the semiconductors. I think you're going to find this really illuminating.
Hi, I'm Katie with askSlim. On your screen is our cycle low timing tracker, which is a tool that our members can use to identify potential opportunities going into cycle timing windows when we expect the current cycle to make a low, and also coming out of those cycle timing windows when we're entering a rising phase of a new cycle. The cycle low timing tracker covers the symbols on our askSlim focus list, and often we see symbols that are part of the same sector appearing on here together. That's the case right now with some of the semiconductors. We have AMD and Broadcom that are still in their weekly cycle timing windows over here, and they also appear over here in the bottom confirmed category for the weekly time frame, along with Applied Materials and Micron and SMH, the semiconductor ETF. Now, some of those symbols are also in the daily cycle timing window. The one that we're going to focus on today is AMD. Since it's in both its weekly as well as its daily cycle timing window, it's found on the cycle low timing tracker in bold font. The green squares next to AMD are pulled from another askSlim tool, the Slimulator ranking system, and that shows that conditions based on momentum and cycle phasing favor a long side bias in AMD in both the intermediate and short-term time frames. Let's go and take a look at the chart of AMD. This is a 5-year weekly chart. On the bottom, we have these black cycle brackets that are 24 bars in length. Those cycle brackets are just a drawing tool that helps us to identify average lengths of money flow patterns into and out of a security. The way that the actual cycles shaped up is shown outlined in black up around the candlesticks. We also have a green dashed cycle bracket, and that is the weekly cycle bracket for SMH, the semiconductor ETF. Now, these two track each other very closely, but sometimes they don't, and we like to overlay the cycles of the relevant ETFs or futures contracts on our charts because sometimes they exert an influence on the price action. You'll also notice these blue vertical dashed lines over here. They represent a period of time of a few weeks before and after the ideal cycle low, when we would expect a cycle to make its low and then begin moving up into the rising phase of the next cycle. Now, AMD made its prior cycle low here, the first week inside the weekly cycle timing window, and is currently in the final week of that window. Now, after a cycle low appears to have formed, we like to get confirmation of the new rising phase, and we use our proprietary momentum indicator, the reversal scout, to show that. When it turns green after a cycle low appears to have formed, that helps us to confirm that new rising phase. Now, we are 5 weeks off the low, and we're in this resistance zone. We're projecting that AMD can make it up to the top of this zone at around 110, and if it gets through that level, our next target is up here at the 78.6% fib level, about $120. Now let's switch over to the daily chart. Here's the daily chart, and you can see that we're in between these blue vertical dash lines on here too. Again, representing a period of time around the end of the ideal daily cycle when we expect a cycle low to form and for AMD to move up into the rising phase of the next cycle. We may have formed that cycle low right here, although we do still have a couple of days left in this timing window. Now, momentum in here is positive with both the reversal scout as well as the slim ribbon, which is another proprietary momentum indicator that colors the candles green, gray, or red, depending on momentum conditions. So AMD is in this cycle timing window and appears to be holding this support zone. The slim ribbon PO down here is a projection oscillator that gives momentum continuation signals. Look how well that worked right here. We got a momentum continuation to the upside signal there, and AMD had quite a nice upside move. So if we can get another momentum continuation signal off the PO, considering the timing here, that would have us considering a long side bias in AMD. And many of the semiconductors are setting up similarly, as we saw on the cycle low timing tracker. To learn more about our tools and services, please come and visit our website at askSlim.com.